A lamau. After careful deliberation, I decided to show you the good shit today. The Sam Kieth Venom and Wolverine event in Marvel Comics Presents. Each issue has a small section that's dispersed throughout several issues of other things. Some cool, but not as cool as this. But we're not going to be looking at these. I'll be showing you the Italian edition. Of course, why not? Once you have this. There's still plenty of merit to those, don't get me wrong, but for the sake of clarity, my mind went into orbit, finding out this existed. Of course, the dust jacket is a poster. Why wouldn't it be? There you go. The other side is a collage of some other art that can be found in the book. I love this cover. It doesn't do so well in color, I don't think, because the effect of the splatter here really only works in black and white. The color is kinda... didn't know what to do there, but it's a great cover. I love it. There's some new Kieth in here too. Oh, we're starting. Look at that. Here we go. In this strange Dr. Seuss landscape, Wolverine is strung up. Dream a little dream of him. This being after Sam Kieth drew Sandman. All his Marvel stories had to be dream-related. By contract, I guess. Marvel Presents 100 with Ghost Rider, that's a dream thing as well. And he's gonna be dismantled by birds. But as this happens, he realizes he is dreaming and contacts Professor Xavier. He gets so busy and detailed in his panels. Look at these small ones. I like that here he affords so much simplicity and space. So much darkness, shadow in this huge room with this tiny bed. They go over their plan to combat Nightmare himself. Look at this. Look at how three-dimensional, simply designed that arm is, like an action figure arm. Dinosaurs, of course. And this is just one of many incredible page compositions. I love his utilization of the S movements. I love his curves, the jagged panels. I like how Nightmare's face is cut out with, is drawn with whiteout on the Zipatone. The typography, the ha-has. Here we go. He's up against this big boy. And on this page, this effect back here, it looks like dried lava. I'd love to see how that was done. I know there's probably splatter involved, but all this... what is that? I am intrigued. So many full-page money shots like this. So much of his cartoon action, his lively borders for the panels, that's incredible. His circles. All this stuff you want to see from him is in here. Here is an incredible page. How Wolverine's ear sweeps into this arc containing Nightmare, who is invading his head in this dream. Oh my god. Look at this. There's something I gotta point out here. This being translated, maybe you noticed the digital font for the lettering. I wanted to have an opportunity to point out the joys of hand lettering and what's lost when you do this. Look at how the song bounces. Just nice little touches that are natural. Just to point that out in what's in the original. Don't want to miss it. It is part of the art after all. So that is sad that it is lost in translation, quite literally. The I also want to point out that this is a bit wonky. This didn't translate well in this version. So many of the white zipatone fading into small dots is lost here. There are dots in here that's not in there. And it's a bit of a muck. It doesn't look like it should. But I do appreciate the size. And the clarity of the line art, at least. And I still have those. In case I was feeling like I needed to see how it should be. There's the CHUNGs. Is this a first appearance of CHUNG? CHUNG has a big role in the Max. Look at this. Look at this shredded back. He draws this back view a lot, actually. What it's nice to see every single time. Incredible action. Simple shapes. Look at that. There is a version of this where the trunk is coming out here. I wonder if he drew that originally and they said no. It is an interesting detail, and a mysterious one at that. I love these little things, his very ornate panels, often with details like those fingers. Here's again here. Look at that tush. Look at that cake. Oh. Iconic. It's so, I love the panels themselves. The borders erupt and are alive. And then just take a gander. This comic is sweet. You can see he scanned in and photocopied like a burlap sect texture and warped it to paste over in here. So he didn't have to draw all that himself. Oh, the bubbles swirling around them. It's just incredible to look at. I haven't pointed out Wolverine's fuzzy arms yet, but every time it... Apparently Sam fucked up his hands. You could see why. Ooh, both of these are incredible. Like, I would have all of this. Blood Hungry 2, which is also in here. Like, I would like have my Ray William Johnson wall, but instead of Watchmen, it's this. The composition going... Oh my god, I love it so fucking much. This guy. I love this guy. You could see some titties there. A gator. A quite good looking one. He fights the gator, of course. He puts logs in, like, all the gator's mouths. And carries his new friend to safety. Look at, here's an S. Here's a fantastic S. He does this image over and over a lot. So many iterations of this. Just sticks in his mind, I guess. But that S, look at that. Those faces. One of my favorite Sam Kieth staples is his forestry. It looks quite tropical and beautiful, and all these ferns. I love how the panel drifts off in these strokes here. I'm a sucker for circle panels. Always love those. Fun action with your favorite buds. Oh, you're getting into the Dr. Seuss monsters. Another staple. Nightmare with his insane, explosive face. We get some more incredibly animated action. Look at that. There's an S. Hand coming. Keith's art is so powerful all the time. It is turbulent. Calming down his blood so he doesn't strangle this mirage of Spider-Man. Colorist having a heyday on this back here. He's converging, speeding enemies. Let's get a look at those. That's not in the original. I wonder what happened there. But look at this detail the colorist did to match up the sky with the pattern going on with these borders. That's epic. Wading through like an ant mass of these creatures. Beautiful, turbulent violence. Look at this panel border. It's insane. This is all exploding. Okay. There's a lot going on here, actually. Some repurposed art that with his photocopier he lifts and moves as it scans to do these effects and then pastes them back in. Look at his Wolverine's dinky little legs that come out of his bound torso. More just absolutely visceral cartooning. Look at his smashing fists. Wolverine Pog. We need a close-up of that. We need to see that. I can kind of feel here he's losing his steam a bit, which happens, but we're at the end, so it doesn't matter much. The final kill. No! Look at that. That's interesting. All that white space. Is that the last page? I didn't skip anything? Yep, this is the last page. All that detail on this crazy face. This page is so gritty with spatter. This murky, disappearing venom from his brain. These fellows have been exorcised, and he is free of this nightmare. Let's take a look at the covers in the back. There are some Venom covers. These are also reproduced. Rather massive. I love to see it. This is incredible. I love the color of the bounce light in the shade here. I love this one. That's not Kieth, but it's dope. Yeah. Let's skip over the blood-hungry ones. That's another time. Exit wounds, this is a fairly new thing, and we're gonna check that out. This is what the poster is of. Can't go wrong with Venom and Naked Wolverine. Again, why not? There's this image again. Alright. I skipped over the exit wounds segment added here. This is fairly new. Just a fun revisit. That's what I'm pretty sure exit wounds is, just some fun revisiting. I noticed that in Wolverine and Max, where they used to just have like white eyes, he puts the pupils in a lot now. Look at this ever-present Sam Kieth staple effect. This staple technique. Look. That's a fun picture. There's that again. That picture again. That darn picture. Alright, look at that. Look at that monster. Venom's eye is shattered. Alright. That was Wolverine and Venom. I hope you liked it, looking at it, as much as I do. I love it. You should too. Have a great frickin' day.